Hi everyone, I'm Kat and welcome to my channel, Naturally Beautiful Girl. So today I am bringing you a review of some new releases from Pacifica. So Pacifica is a brand for me that's been really hit or miss. There have been some products that I really have loved from Pacifica and some products that I really didn't think were that great. But one of the reasons I keep trying Pacifica products and sharing them with you guys is they are all cruelty-free and vegan, as well as having better ingredients. Also, they're pretty widely available. They are available physically in a lot of Ultas and Targets, and you can purchase them obviously online at Ulta and Target, as well as Pacifica.com. And they are at a bit more of an affordable price point, which I also really appreciate because there are a lot of beautiful, amazing products in the non-toxic beauty space, but often those products come with a higher price point. But it's really important to have access to products with better ingredients that are also at a more affordable price point. So that's where Pacifica comes in. Pacifica releases a ton of products. Like, I feel like there's new products coming out from Pacifica every week and it's really overwhelming. Personally, Pacifica, if you're watching this video, I would just kind of slow down a little bit because really there's no one that needs as many products as Pacifica is releasing. And so often I see a lot of products just coming and going from Pacifica and I ignore most of it because it's just way too much. But every once in a while I see something that kind of piques my interest and that's what happens. So the product that really inspired this purchase and then subsequently this video was really this palette here, which is the Pacifica Animal Magic palette, which is this huge eyeshadow palette with such a wide range of shades. Like, as soon as I saw this, I thought of like Morphe palettes, like the Urban Decay Born to Run palette, like something like that. Like a really big palette with a lot of color variety in it. The price on this was pretty good. I think it was around the $20 mark, which for this many shadows was incredible. And I was like, I have to try this. Like, I have to find out if this is good or not. Because you guys know I'm an eyeshadow lover. So then after I saw that, I was looking around. Actually, I purchased all these from Ulta.com. I think my Ulta carries them in store, but my Ulta is not super convenient for me to get to. Hashtag living in a city problems. When I was poking around on the Ulta website, I also saw this product here, which is the Pacifica Cheeky Cherry Cheek Stain. I have the shade Wild Cherry in this. So it's like a liquid blush. And then I also decided to pick up the Pacifica Highest Def Hemp Fiber Brow Gel. So while I'm going to be doing this video is sharing my thoughts on these products, I'm also going to be inserting demos of me using these products so you can see how they work. So before I jump into this, be sure to hit the subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of my new videos, and let's jump into these products. I'm going to talk about these in the order that I do my makeup. So the first product I'm going to talk about is this Cheeky Cherry Cheek Stain. If you watch my channel at all, if you don't, hello, welcome. But if you watch my channel, you know that I am a huge lover of liquid and cream blushes. Like, if you give me a choice between a liquid and cream blush and a powder blush, I am going to 9 times out of 10 choose that liquid or cream blush. I do have oily skin, but I find that liquid and cream blushes just give my cheeks such a beautiful glow. They're easy to apply, they're easy to blend out. You're not as prone to get too much blush on with this product, so that's kind of why I gravitate towards them. I love the Ilia Color Haze, which is their multi-matte pigment. I purchased this I think in the fall and when it first came out, and I've been in love with it. So I thought that this would kind of be like a dupe for this product. That was my mindset when I went into using this product. So I do have the shade Wild Cherry. So on camera it looks like it matches my sweater. When I'm looking at it in person, it shows up as more of a peachy pink, which is not what I expected when I was looking at swatches online, but that's where it is. And so how I typically use this product is I will take some, I will dot it onto my cheeks, and then I'll use a stippling brush to blend it out. Here's my thoughts on this. I am wearing the blush, but you may notice that you're not really seeing it. And that's kind of the problem with this product. When I put it on, you can see the color, you can see it physically on my cheeks, and as soon as I start blending it, it just disappears. Which I don't really like. And the longer it sits on my cheeks, the more it fades. It really just kind of disappears on me. So I honestly really don't like this product. I went into this thinking I was going to like it, thinking it was going to be a dupe for the Ilia Color Haze, but it really just doesn't work for me. Like I really can't get the color to show up that well. So if you're looking at this in the store, I would pass on this. I would just spend a little bit of the extra money, go with the Ilia. It's much better. It's also cruelty-free and vegan. And honestly, the price difference between these two products isn't huge. And the Ilia just so far outperforms this one from Pacifica that it really is just not worth it. So unfortunately, this is a bit of a flop for me, but you know, if you really just want a very light wash of blush, this could work, but I honestly think there are just so many better cream and liquid blushes on the market that this one just doesn't cut it for me. Now we're going to move on to the Pacifica Highest Def Hemp Fiber Brow. It calls it a set, but it really is just the gel. I have the shade of this in one. There were 3 options with shade. I'm trying to show you here so you can kind of get an idea of what it looks like on the brush. There was a clear option, a brunette option, and the light option. And I was toying back and forth between the light option and the brunette option because here's the thing, my hair, yes, I am a brunette, but my hair is not like that dark, and sometimes the brunette brow products, they can look too dark, or the worst case is when they look too red. And so I ended up kind of hemming and hawing, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go for the light. And I honestly love the shade. I didn't think I was going to love it, but I do. It reminds me of the brow pencil in Sharon from Eco Brow. It's kind of that just like perfect taupey shade that's not too warm. It's just a very nice shade that really does work for a variety of kind of brown brow colors. So I have to say I'm impressed by that shade. I don't know what the shade brunette looks like, but I would purchase this shade again. So I was kind of shocked by this brow gel. If you've been watching my channel for a while, you will know that I have fallen in love with the Jane Iredale brow gel. Like that has become my all-time favorite brow gel. Like it's the one I reach for all the time. I love the look it gives. I love the hold it gives. Like it just has knocked every other brow gel I've tried out of the water. And I was trying this one, and I've tried a lot of brow gels that I've liked, some that I haven't liked, and I just thought this was gonna be kind of meh, in the middle for me. Not something I loved, but not something I hated. Well, hopefully not something I hated. But I have to say, I have fallen completely in love with this brow gel. I was traveling a whole bunch recently, as I keep mentioning it, and that's why I was a little bit absent for a while. Although I'd only tried this like a little bit, I threw this in my bag, brought it as my only brow product, and had 0 regrets. I love it. It really does a great job of separating my brows in the front. It really holds everything in place, but it also looks natural. Like it's not too much pigment, but it definitely fills in my brows. Like for me and what I need for my brows, this is perfect. And also I love the affordability of this product because brow products are something that I plow through pretty quickly, and I don't like spending a lot of money on them because I have to repurchase them. It's kind of like a mascara. You use them up, you gotta get new ones, and these are products that just don't last super long for me. I'm a little nervous saying it's going to replace my Jane Iredale brow gel because I really, really like that one, but I also like the fact that this one's more affordable. And compared to the Jane Iredale brow gel, which I have in brunette, this one in light is just a better shade match for me. You guys can let me know what you think, but I really like how my brows have been looking when I've been using this product. The hold is really good. I put the brow gel on, well, you'll see the clip of me applying it, but I put it on a couple of hours ago, and like my brows hairs are still in place. Like they just hold up really well. It doesn't smudge on me. It's not flaky. It's not clumpy. Like it's just a really good product. So if you're in the market for a brow gel, I would definitely check this one out. Unfortunately, there are only 2 shades. That's the only drawback. They definitely could use some more shades in this product because it's a really good product. And I think a lot of people would like it, but that's the only drawback with this one. Moving on to what you've probably been waiting for, which is my thoughts on this Animal Magic eyeshadow palette. There are just so many shades in here. I'm not going to swatch all of them for you because we would be here until the end of time trying to swatch all these. I'm not that good at swatches, so it's not going to help that much. So all of the shades in this eyeshadow palette are named after animals. So this one, for instance, over here, Swan. There's bunny. I love that there's bobcats. I'm from Florida, and there are bobcats, wild, that live actually near my parents, and I get to see them sometimes, which I absolutely love. One of the best animals. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look up a picture. you're welcome. Also there's, well, dragon, which is like a mythical animal. On the back, they label all the shades and they have these little, I guess they kind of look like origami-esque drawings depicting all the animals. It's just a cute palette. It doesn't have a mirror. Normally I like mirrors for palettes when I'm traveling, but honestly I'm probably not going to travel with this palette just because it's so huge. I mean, if you wanted to do your makeup for like a wedding or, you know, an event where you needed a lot of different shades, or you were going to be on a long trip where you wanted a lot of shade options, this is great. But just personally for me and my needs, it's just too big and too much for me to travel with. To start off with, I should first tell you a couple things. So if you're new to my channel or just not quite aware of how I got into non-toxic beauty, it was actually via eyeshadows. I was practicing doing my makeup for my wedding. I did my own makeup. And I do plan, hopefully this spring, to do a video with a wedding makeup tutorial with what I would use now if I were to do my makeup for my wedding using non-toxic makeup. So that video will be coming. But when I was in the process of, you know, trying to figure out what I wanted to do for my wedding makeup, I was experimenting with a lot of eyeshadows, and I discovered, unfortunately, that I was allergic to eyeshadows. I started getting a rash on my eye. It was super itchy, and unfortunately I charged ahead and used eyeshadows at my wedding, but it was really uncomfortable, and I eventually had to stop using all eye makeup to let that heal. And then that's kind of what led me into non-toxic beauty, because I realized there's some ingredient in conventional eyeshadows that I was allergic to. So whenever I try a new eyeshadow, I'm always a little bit nervous that I'm going to encounter that ingredient. I still have not nailed down which one it is, unfortunately. And I was a little bit nervous with Pacifica because I know Reagan had tried a Pacifica palette and she had a reaction to some of the eyeshadows. And so I was a little bit nervous that that was going to happen with this, but I'm really glad to say that that has not happened. I have not had any sensitivity to these shadows. On that note, we're off to a good start. I have tried out quite a variety of these shadows. I'm going to put to the side of me a demo of me doing the eye look I wore today. If you're interested in seeing more looks using this palette, let me know in the comment section down below and I can do that. I will be really honest, I really have not touched down in these brighter shades down here, like this blue and the purple, just because those are not shades that I typically wear. I think if I wanted to do a fun eye look, this is a great palette for that, but I really have been mostly sticking up in this area. The short of the matter with this palette is I'm completely impressed by it. Like, I really, really like this palette. There's a variety of different eyeshadow types. There's a whole bunch of mattes in this palette, which is something that I've discovered is kind of rare in non-toxic beauty palettes. They tend to be a little bit more shimmer heavy and not as many mattes. And having a variety of different matte shades is really what allows you to have these super blended eyeshadow looks. Think about like Instagram makeup looks. Like, that's how you get those, is those like having a variety of matte shades that are very similar in tone that you can just kind of build and be able to get these really blended looks. So this eyeshadow palette has a ton of mattes. It also has, I'm going to call them like two types of shimmer shades. These up here, which I would call metallic. So unicorn here is a metallic, so is dragon, buffalo, white raven, wolf, owl, hummingbird, and turtle. Oh, and panther too. So, oh, and lion. There's a lot of shimmers in here. So there's a whole bunch of shimmers. And then there are glitters. So there's the shades kitty, coyote, and bunny. I think you should be able to see this, but those three shades have a different formula and they look visibly different. And when you apply them, they apply differently as well. So those three shades are more glitter. The other shimmer shades are metallic and just kind of give you that like shine and wash of color, where these really do give you that high impact glitter look. So I have to say I'm impressed by all three formulas. The metallics are very metallic. The mattes are pigmented and blend really easily. And the glitters really do give you this like really nice glittery look. I will say today the shades are not popping quite as much as I can get them to do. And that is because I use the new Erin's Faces eyeshadow primer instead of my, you know, ride or die for many years, which is the Ilia Pure. The Ilia Pure eyeshadow primer is a bit tackier in consistency, so when you put a metallic or a glitter on top of it, it really helps to intensify those shadows. The Erin's Faces is more matte in consistency, so it doesn't do as much for intensifying, but it gives me amazing longevity. So that's what's going on there. You can get these shadows to pop even more. It just has to do with the base that I was using. So here, let me swatch a couple of these for you so you can really see what I'm talking about. I'm gonna swatch a matte, a metallic, and a glitter. So here, we're gonna take the shade Bare. Okay, so that's the shade Bare swatched. I'm going to take the shade Buffalo. And now here I'm going to swatch the shade Kitty, which is one of the glitters. What you can see when I was swatching those is that they're super pigmented. Like, you can see the trail of how long that pigment is. And honestly, for a non-toxic eyeshadow formula, I've not really seen anything quite like this. Like, this is the closest to like super pigmented conventional beauty eyeshadows that I've encountered, which kind of mind-blowing. Like, I did not expect that from Pacifica. So I have to give them a shout out for that. Like, you can see how metallic these are. The glitters are a little funky, like they don't swatch well. That's one of the things with glitters, but you can build them up and get a really incredible look. So I have the shade Coyote on the outer part of my lid. I use the shade Wolf on the inner part of my lid, the shade White Raven on my inner corner. I used Horse on my lower and upper lash line, and then Swan and Stag in my crease. I'm not going to say you need to run out and buy this palette, but if you really love a good eyeshadow formula and you want every color, this is a really good option. I am super impressed. When I was traveling, I didn't take this palette with me because it is really big and kind of bulky and I just didn't want to travel with it, but I did miss it. I was enjoying using this palette so much that I really missed it. And the colors may look really wild, but honestly, if I stay like right in this area and use like Swan, White Raven, Wolf, and Stag, I can get just like a really beautiful, very natural looking eye look where I just have a little bit of shimmer on my lid, a nice matte brown in the crease, a White Raven for an inner corner highlight, and I'm good to go. Like, you can really create some really beautiful kind of more neutral looks, and you can also create more fun looks. Like, this palette really has everything. So I was shocked. Like, Pacifica, you killed it. You killed it with this palette. There have been some palettes that were not as great that had come out, but this one totally made up for all of those. So if you're curious about it and you've been eyeing it like I have, I would say run out and try it, especially for the price. It's not too bad. I really love the eyeshadow palette, really love the brow gel. I would pass on the cheek tint, but overall, 2 out of 3, not too bad. I am super impressed, and it's made me kind of more interested in Pacifica again. Like I said, they were just releasing so many products. I felt really overwhelmed by all their releases, but this has kind of reignited an interest in Pacifica for me because some of these products, like the brow gel and the eyeshadow palette, are just really, really high quality. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. Check me out on Instagram. My handle's at naturallybeautifulgirl. For more non-toxic, cruelty-free, and sustainable living content. Let us know in the comment section down below. Are you going to try out any of these products? Are you interested in them? Have you tried them? What are your thoughts? Let us know all of that. And once again, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!